Welcome, welcome, come to Greek 102. Yeah. Me. La 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 la. What A to do to die today at a minute or two till two. We'll be to two at a minute or two with a rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. The dragon will come. Today's word is one that cost the life of thousands of people. The N-word bathed in blood, one that echoed through a city for days until the emperor has had enough. And the word is Nika. Now I know what you're thinking. Nika. But don't judge too quickly. Now you all heard of this word, one way or the other. The most famous thing that comes from that word is Nike or Nike, which is a famous brand. Yes, that's Nika comes from Nike. Yes, which in Greek is pronounced Niki. Now, Niki means win, and Nika is the form of command for winning, like Nika, and it translates to you better win. Right. Once again, Nika. That's one paper. Now a little bit of backstory about Nika and why this word is really important in history. Nika riots. That was the name of the bloodiest riots in the history of Constantinople. Now you all know Constantinople. You might have heard of this guy. I don't know if you know him. His name is Justinian the I. And he was the emperor during the Nika riots. The year was 532 CE. Now back in those days, people had it rough, with plagues and wars, and nature being a total bitch. I was my papa. He didn't. He's doing his thing. I'm living with my papa. Anyway, in order to escape their misery, they loved playing games. Oh, they just loved it. And the name of the game was chariot racing. Yes, you heard it right. And they were obsessed with chariot racing. The teams were green, blue, red, and white, with the green and blue being the main rivals for the top. And each team represented a different faction of the socioeconomic background called the Dems, which is basically gangs with political affiliations and influence. And it was then, around 532 CE, that two hooligans from the green and the blue team were arrested for murder. That's right, murder. And the sentence, death by decapitation. Yup. Now, Justinian, being a fan of the blues, reduces the sentence to jail, while the crowd pled for them to be forgiven and freed. But he didn't listen. He didn't listen! Now the people have had enough. The high taxes Justinian levied, the corruption, and finally the injustice. Oh, so much injustice! Oh, God! And on the 11th of January, 532, the riots begin. The OG hooligans were running rampant. Fires, looters, pillagers, causing damage in the whole city. They even went for the Hagia Sophia. Oh no, not the Hagia Sophia. No! Yes, even the Hagia Sophia. They were merciless. And they demanded the resignation, what is that? Of Justinian's two leading officials, responsible for the high taxation, John the Cappadocian and Tribonian. That's what it says here. Tribonian is the name, yes. The rioters grouped up at the Hippodrome, where all the races took place. Yes, the infamous Hippodrome, or Hippodrome, I don't know how to say, whatever. And there they declared Hypatius, the nephew of a former emperor Anastasius, as their new emperor. Yep, you heard it right. They declared their own emperor in there. One word echoes through the city. Nika, 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 Nika. Justinian, being a newbie at the emperor business, panics. He's losing a war against the Persians. His city in flames. Chaos everywhere. Nika. The first thought is to ditch everyone and leave. Get his honey boo-boo and get the hell out of here. But no, his sassy wife Theodora gives him a piece of her mind. I'm sorry, am I looking at an emperor or a little bitch-ass boy? We ain't living this down. Emperor Justinian, manhandled by his missus, orders General Belisarius and Mundus to gather all the rioters in the Hippodrome, which they were already there for some reason, I don't know. And how? And how did they do that? How? Tell me how. I'll tell you in a second, just hold on. What did he say here? Yeah, they just carried a bag of gold and emptied it in the Hippodrome. Just a bag of gold is all it took to gather 30,000 people in there. And all the ship were in. And before the lockdown, Justinian informed his blue buddies to ditch the Hippodrome, get the hell out of there, because it's gonna be a massacre. Yes, he did that. And then comes dawn of 18 January 532. The gates were shut and locked. What followed next was the bloodbath of 30,000 people, along with the rioters proclaimed new emperor Hypatius, which was also killed, yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, marks the end of the Nika riots and the beginning of Emperor Justinian's reign alongside his badass of a wife Theodora. Once again, Nika. Now what's the lesson of the day? Don't say the N-word to the emperor. Thank you.
I suck dick, I'm gay.